Good morning. As I just said, my name is James, and I'm here today to talk to you about a project we've been working on, which is the Windermere Waterbus Needs and Preferences Study. I work for a company called AECOM. You might know it better as Faber Morsel, as we changed names a couple of weeks ago. We consist of a couple of divisions: transport, which is where I'm from, environment, and buildings. And as well as the Waterbus project, we've been working on a couple of other projects in the area, such as the Bowness to Waterhead cycleway, and more recently a Waterhead public realm enhancement scheme. So what's the project that I'm here to talk to you today? It's the Waterbus. So we were commissioned by the Lake District National Parks Authority to look into the demand for and issues around introducing the Waterbus scheme onto Lake Windermere. And at present, as probably some of you know, the majority of the services on the lake are for tourism and leisure purposes primarily. And the plan will be to introduce a Waterbus scheme to shadow these services to offer an alternative to the car and overall enhance the visitor experience to the area. So how do we go about looking into this? The first stage was to develop the rationale for the scheme. This involved an assessment of the contribution of proposals towards the key policies and strategies in the area. And we did this by looking at several planning documents which some of you here today might have worked on, such as the Cumbria Local Transport Plan, the Lake District National Parks Authority Vision, the Lake District National Parks Local Development Framework, and finally the Sustainable Transport Framework for the area. And we found that these showed a lot of support for development schemes such as the Waterbus. And then we went and interviewed people around the area, members of the public, with face-to-face and self-complete surveys to see what their views on the Waterbus scheme was. These were carried out on the street, a number of key attractions around the area, and around the lake. So there's a couple that are on there. We've got the Bowness on street, which just there, Bowness Bay. We've got the Brockhole, the Lake District. Brockhole Park National Park Visitor Centre, the Red Knob, Belgrange, which is a very nice area, and several hotels. We interviewed people at the Lowood and Langdale Chase, which is down the road, and Lakeside Hotel, which is right on the other end of the lake, and also two caravan parks as well. So all in all, we interviewed about 400, just under 400 people. And found an overwhelming support for such a scheme. I think it's about 70% at this hotel. There was a desire for some routes not already offered by Windermere Lake Cruises, one of the sponsors of this scheme, such as this hotel to Waterhead at the top of the lake, and also to Bowness, which isn't currently offered. Also from Brockhole, the Lake District National Parks Visitor Centre, to Bowness, and Bowness to Ray Castle as well. One of the main issues we found was that the price people were willing to pay for the scheme to go on it was a lot less than what Windermere Lake Cruises felt people would want to pay for the equivalent journey as a cruise, which is something that we're going to have to look into if it does eventually go ahead. The next stage was to interview stakeholders around the area, so this to gauge the level of support they had for the scheme, and determine, more importantly, what contributions they were willing to make, such as hotels allowing us to use their jetties. This covered areas such as marketing, promotion, issues around potential stop locations, and integration with other modes of transport such as trains and the buses. So as I said, we interviewed the Lowood Hotel, which is here, the campsites again, the owners of those, and also Windermere Lake Cruises, the Lake District National Parks, and the National Trust were also involved as well. And then finally we looked at the service options and potential stop locations in the north and south, and we came up with the following recommendations really. For the North Basin, potential stops would be Bowness Bay, which is obviously just there, the Steamboat Museum, which isn't currently open but it's still a good tourist destination, White Cross Bay campsite, which they were very interested in having a service there. Brockhole, as I mentioned before, the Lowood Hotel here, Waterhead, which is right at the top, and then on the other side of the lake, Ray Castle and Belgrange, subject to there being a new jetty put in there. And then also in the south basin, we had a look at some options as well. The lakeside and on the bottom, where there's the lakeside where there's the aquarium. There is currently a stop already there. Felfoot Park, which is there's a small stop there now currently. The Hill of Oaks Caravan Park, who are again very interested in having a stop, and the YMCA, which in the future could be a major development there. So what did this all turn out to be? Well, we decided that along with the Lake Cruise that we'd start a trial starting at the end of July this year, which is hoping it will develop into a more established service. And it's likely to stop at, it's going to be a limited trial, just working the North Basins to see how people find it. So it's going to stop at Bowness, at Brockhall, the Lowood Hotel, as we are here today, and Waterhead, at the very north of the lake. So yeah, hopefully that'll come into practice and it'll be very good. There's also potential to input one in the South Basin if that's a success, stopping the places that I mentioned before. So thanks for your time, and if you want to chat to me further about anything,